Yeah, welcome back to War Report. I think that's what we're calling it. War
We can call it whatever you want.
Yeah, literally whatever you guys want to call it. It's me and my boy Jesse here. Big UFC 318 is going down, so you know we have to do a show before the big pay-per-views. That's how we do this. Any of the big pay-per-views, me and Jesse are going to break it all down for you guys. And it just so happens that the same week a big UFC 318 is going down with the Max Dustin fight, there's been a lot of Real Housewives of the UFC going down.
Yeah.
And it starts with who we both love here. Let's get that out. We love Conor McGregor. That is well documented. And dude, he had some dick pics.
Yeah.
Leaked. And first of all, before you give your hot take, dude has a dick on him.
He attached a weight to it, dude.
Dude,
I mean,
how many people are trying that now?
I've thought about that so many times where I'm like, I just never could think of a way where I could like test that out. You know,
I don't know, it seems dangerous, man. But he has a real dick on him.
And he's like, yeah, he's.
It was funny because we were talking about on Firing the Kid, and Chin, he's bringing up the blurred pictures, and Chin was like, I just can't find the, because I was like, I want to see what he's working with, man. It's the Notorious. Let's see what we're working with.
Let's see what he sent to strangers.
Yes, and then finally the fans saw that and were like, because Chin's bad at the internet, and I got like 30 Conor dick pics, and I was like, man, this is impressive. There's ways to figure it out, dude. There definitely is. You got to get better at the internet. But yeah, our boys. Here's the thing. We're like, this is crazy, man. And Conor's like, whatever. Just here's my birthday with 50 Cent.
He just cruised right through it, dude. And the craziest thing about the story, though, is who he sent those to. Like, do you know who he sent those to?
She's a singer, right? Pretty gal.
Completely.
But she's a savage.
Certified batshit crazy. That girl...
Really?
Live streamed herself digging up her recently dead cat, and she boiled it on a live stream.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. And like, she apparently, like, she didn't know, like, they didn't know each other. Like, how does that, the person that you're like, God damn, she's like, this is a good picture. Who am I going to send this to? He's all, the chick that boils cats. Dude, that's the one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I figured she's just an artist, and he's like, she's hot.
If you go look at her ex account, it's bananas.
Wild?
Yeah.
I think a bit of this is, I do think we're dealing with an addict here. I think it's addict behavior. And he's probably snorting all that devil's dandruff and was just like, cool, I got some weights attached to my dick.
Yeah.
I saw her one time and then sends her the DM.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, he's rolling the white lady, booze, and a shitload of Viagra. And he's like, I'm ready.
He's like, it's go time.
I'm ready to pound somebody's brains in.
Yeah, dude, ground and pound. But there's also, if he has no relationship with her and they don't know each other, and obviously he's not familiar with her online, she can't be the only one who received that weight, because that weight dip pic is a lot of effort. You're not just sending that to one random girl, dude.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Is like, if it goes to random black singer he doesn't know, imagine the distribution on that, dude.
And then she was like, bro, she just blasted him out. And she was like, bro, aren't you running for president of Ireland?
Did you see the rest of her tweets about that? Because like when people started blowing her up, she's like, are you kidding? She's like, we've got a presidency to win. She's funny, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw her. She's like, vote Conor.
Yeah, vote Conor, dude.
Yeah. So she's kind of funny with it. And then, so you see this, and then pictures pop up him at a beach. Is it in Florida, in Miami or something? Just some random girl.
And you heard that now after that, the Miami case where he got accused by that heifer in Miami in 2023.
Where we saw the video,
in the bathroom.
Yeah, hotel.
The judge decided yesterday, the day after those pictures on the beach came out, that they're moving forward with that case. Now, if I'm being, if I'm looking at this just objectively, and it's kind of funny, it's like the judge looks at that, he's all, Jesus. He's like, I didn't think there was any credibility to this case with him walking into that bathroom with that 300-pound chick. But now that I see this shit on the beach, I have to entertain that he might have actually done this.
I know, dude. He just can't get out of his own way. It sucks to see.
Yeah.
As a Conor fan, like, come on, dude, just tighten up a little bit.
And
just a tad, but
he's in Fort Lauderdale. That's 20 seconds from Miami. That's your girl in Miami, and you're Conor McGregor. There's a 10. If you throw a quarter in any direction, it'll hit a 10.
It's Miami. Yeah, dude. There's so many workarounds with that. But also, dude, Conor's not a dumb dude. I think he's being irrational and he's an addict. But even, let's say he's on this crazy freaking Nicolas Cage binge that he's going on. He knows that people, he's one of the most recognizable faces in the world. So he knows being on the beach with this random side chick that people are going to see you. So I have no idea about his personal relationship with D, but I kind of think she's like, yeah, that's our agreement.
I think that
Like
I
that-
think when he's on the road, she doesn't care. Like she's just like, whatever, you're on the road.
And you know who? Some fighters have that. I know a lot of athletes that do. But Bass Rutten had that.
Yeah.
And he was like, my girl knew, like, when I was doing my thing, she was like, just don't fall in love and don't let him stay the night.
Yeah.
And then we come back home, you're regular.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, a girl who actually understands the male experience and is married to a dude in that position, that's the smart money right there. I mean, if you want to avoid problems, like or I guess if the girl is wired to like not get jealous of that thing and they understand it's like, this is an easy way to just avoid inevitable conflict with, if you're married to Conor McGregor.
Yeah. And then also remember, they've been together since what, middle school, some shit like that, since high school, like literally forever. So they grew up together. So, and who knows, maybe she's doing her own thing and maybe they have an agreement like, all right, we have a great family, kids, we've built all this, but we've been together since we were 15.
Yeah.
Like, let's experience a little bit, but not fall in love. Maybe. I don't fucking know. This is all hearsay.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, some people are wired for jealousy, some people aren't, like,
For sure.
And as soon as this story hit, she put on, she did this long story.
Did she?
On Instagram of just her pictures of her and Conor together, just like, this is my man, this is my man, this is my man, just instant support. And she had his back through that, like through the Nikita Hand thing. I mean, she not only supported him the whole way through, was there every single day, but she
went hard in the paint.
She went hard in the paint defending him, and also, I mean, if that's not an indicator that they have an agreement, it's like, she's like,
yeah, because the info that came out like in court, she's probably like, what the hell?
well, he's just, I mean, Conor's story is, I smashed that.
Yep.
I was doing blow and I smashed that.
Yep.
So, the only thing that was, up for debate was whether he beat her up and took it or not, which,
Yeah. I'd like to see that CCTV.
Me too,
stuff.
dude.
It's just, again, I that's fine. What he wants to do in his personal life is him and D's issue. Could you just tighten up a little bit? Like, there's a lot of guys that have this agreement and they're not shoving everybody's face and doing all this wild shit. Like, there's ways to do this where you're not just shoving it in everybody's face.
It's true.
Especially when you have kids.
If you're Conor McGregor and you're in a public place, especially in like clubs, you just are talking to the girl, and you do it quiet and not, you're just like, so you want to get out of here later? And then you don't, like, yeah, he just does whatever he wants to do at all times, wherever he is, no matter what, is what it looks like to me, including like,
he just doesn't.
I just feel like I kind of want to punch someone in the face. I'm just going to punch this dude in the face. Like,
I know it's not good.
It's
addict behavior. It's not good. I hope he gets it together. And then apparently at BKFC, he whispered to Mike Perry, was like, I'm back in the testing pool. I'm going to come back. I'm going to fight at the White House.
Nice. Is that true that he's in the testing pool? Because I heard I saw someone said that John Jones said he's in the testing pool and they checked and he's not in the testing pool. So I don't know. Can you check? Can you check if someone's in the testing pool?
Can, but then also that fight's not supposed to happen in next year.
Yeah, it's July of 26.
So, and you have to have 6 months. So they could be like, I'm jumping back in, and they're just waiting. Who knows what's in their system till that gets out, and then 6 months before, so they're eligible, they can jump back in.
Were you USADA era?
No, thank God.
Yeah. Because they'll just show up, right? Like,
they'll just show up anytime, whatever. If you go on vacations, you have to let them know. It's dicey. Like they'll test guys on vacation in Hawaii, and but there's a reason why you see some guys on boats in the Mediterranean and shit, or guys are in Thailand.
Yeah,
USADA's like, all right, we're not going there, dude. So it's a little dicey.
That would be dedication.
Dana White confirms John Jones has officially taken a huge step. So that means he stepped into the testing pool.
Okay, nice. Yeah, because that's what I had heard, and then.
But they can say they're doing it, and then they know they have a certain window to do it in order to be eligible for that White House card.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It's not weird. I understand. Like, if I was even remotely younger, I would jump back in the testing pool to fight at the White House. So I get why these guys are doing it. But John Jones, like, oh, now I have a reason. Now I have a reason to jump back and actually want to fight. Like, Tom Aspinall was not the reason. Now, a lot of you can be like, well, that's because he's ducking him. So this is going to piss you off. This is what I think is going to happen at the White House on the card. And Dana was on record with our boy Robbie from Barstool. And he goes, it's going to be the biggest, baddest card the UFC's ever put on. I'm like, okay. He's like, bigger than the Sphere. It's going to be loaded. So I'm like, what fights could they make? Well, I guarantee you there's going to be a BMF title on the line. So if Conor's fighting, he's not going to fight just some regular dude for no belt. That's going to be BMF. So
which makes it 5 rounds.
Which makes it 5 rounds, which is interesting. But so if Conor and John say that, and the chance of both of them doing it, the odds aren't high, but we're going to get one of them. So with BMF, this is where it could get super dicey and people are going to be pissed. If Conor does come back and fight, they'll do Conor for BMF and Chandler. So you get that. It's like, all right, that's fine. But let's say Conor doesn't get his shit together, keeps doing all, and he's tied up in legal issues. And John's like, oh, I want to come back now. And it just gives me a reason to come back. I'm motivated. You're going to get Alex Pereira versus John Jones for the BMF, not Tom Aspinall. I think they're going to royally fuck over Tom.
Dude, I don't know, man. If they do that, I think the fans would even revolt. Would
you though?
I don't know. I honestly
for a BMF title, Alex Pereira, because Alex versus Tom, it's like, oh God, that's a fucking nightmare of a
man.
fight.
Alex
John been out for a hot second, a little slower. Alex at 240, BMF title, White House.
So if Alex comes back and beats Magomed, okay, if he wins his title back, and then they're like, here, you get to fight at the White House at heavyweight. You don't have to risk your light heavyweight title, and you can fight against John Jones. Then I think the fans will be like, fuck Tom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what I think's gonna happen.
But he would have to win his belt back.
It's weird though, right?
Yeah, that would be wild.
But I do think you're gonna get a BMF title on that White House card, right? Because Trump loves it, all that bullshit. So it's either if both of them come back, it's going to go to Conor, and then John might fight Tom on there, where they're like, fine, we got to do the right thing. Tom's fighting John. But if Conor doesn't get his shit together and they want that BMF title, you're going to get John and Alex. Dude. That's what I think happens.
And people who are doubting that this card comes together, I
guarantee it does.
I was going to say, I have a real common sense take on that. Okay. It's like Dana said that he was going to go out to an island during COVID and build out all of the COVID protection. Got it done. And in this case, the U.S. tax base is going to be paying for it. So Dana can literally go, okay, this is what we need budget wise, and they'll get all the most expensive guys onto the card.
And Dana was like, we don't care if there's 5 fans or whatever 30,000. He's like, I want it on the front lawn of the White House. He's like, I'm not worried about selling tickets. I'm gonna put together the baddest card. And I knew about this from a super reliable source for probably 6 months. Like this has been.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this isn't something that last week Trump was like, hey, let's do a card. They've been working on this for a hot second.
Yeah.
I've known for literally 6 months.
And like I was saying, I was talking to someone else about this, about, Dana and Trump's relationship. You're like, okay, these are the 2 decision makers, and these 2 guys are such good friends. These guys probably text each other like porn memes. They're like boys.
They're boys. Love to see that group
It's going to get done.
Love to see that group chat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, even Derek Lewis, like he wins his fight, and Dana's cage shot, he's like, hey, it's my buddy Trump wants to talk to you. So he's talking to him as they're announcing. Like they're super close. Yeah. So it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
And people are upset, like, oh, UFC's become this MAGA far right. It's like, man, I hate to tell you, the majority of the fighters and the majority of the fan base, is proud to be American and loves, the UFC and Trump and the American shit. Like, if you think that they haven't always been like this, or your favorite athlete's not more on the right than on the left, man, I'm going to hurt your feelings.
Well, it's just like the culture has kind of become one where if you are a heavy patriotic American, we've been pushed into this group where it was kind of like, lots of people were independents. Some people were Democrats, like whenever, however.
In the middle, like conservative, like liberal.
Yeah.
But like, now liberals means you're on the right. So it's like, all right, I guess we're in this team.
It is what it is, dude. It's like, and even if, gosh, I was thinking about this, is like, if I had been a Democrat my whole life and then now the UFC and Trump relationship was what it was, like if I had previously hated Trump, it would be so hard to maintain the hatred for Trump. Like I'd be like, damn it, I want to be in that crew so bad.
I thought about that because Luke Thomas talks about this a lot. He's like, they're pushing the fan base away. I'm telling you, outside, like our niche bubble of fans, like from the outside looking in, they think it's a terrible mistake to partner with Trump and be this far right group. I'm like,
far right?
Yeah, I don't know if I
hate when they use that term, man.
You look at the popular vote, like that's a shit ton of people that vote for Trump and support him. And then I was thinking, I'm like, well, when the NFL went all woke, remember they did that?
How'd that go?
I stopped watching.
Me too.
So Luke might be right. I stopped watching.
But
I was like, I'm out.
But that was them driving the opposite thing where like I think right now the majority of people who are kind of wired like people who generally would like UFC are on the side where if you go that way, we're going to be more interested.
Correct.
You know?
But and then also I think people that tend to like fighting and fitness are more pro like USA, like even if Trump's whatever in this, but as far as all right, that's our president, we're pro guns, pro, you know, it's like manly shit. They tend to be lean more this way.
Luke's an anomaly, like a guy who's super into fighting who's also still over there. You know, he's like, I mean, I got no issues with anybody having any opinion, you know what I mean? As long as they're not.
No,
like,
the reason I like listening to Luke is because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't hear any other takes from the left.
He's sharp. I listen to. He has a new channel actually that's like politics.
Yes.
And I listen to it every time that I listen to a smart person who is a Democrat. I'm like, dude, we don't even disagree on anything.
Mm-mm.
Like literally, I went on Young Turks with like Jank, and I was expecting us to be like banging heads both times. I've talked to him. I actually talked to him 3 times.
Who's this?
The Young Turks, Cenk Uygur. You know, the one who said he could beat up Rogan. Like, you don't remember that?
I'd have to, let me see what he looks like.
Yeah. So they got into it on Twitter. He's like, no way. He's like, I'm huge. I would beat up Rogan. And that's everybody.
That guy?
Yeah. Everybody bombarded him. They're like, hey, bro, you should probably do a little research on Rogan's martial arts background, guy.
And he's a Democrat?
He's like a really, really big, well-known Democrat. But like when we start talking about stuff, I'm like, what do people think that we have this like staunch divide disagreement on? Because I'll be like, hey, do you think that girls should be getting beaten by dudes in sports?
Like, no.
And he's like, no, it's ridiculous. I'm like, right.
Yeah. Well, it's because social media.
Yeah.
Social media creates such a divide, and you have the crazies on the left and the crazies on the right, and they're so loud. Most of us are here.
Yeah.
We're like, I don't agree with that all the way over here. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But they're so loud, and that's what gets the views and gets the clicks. So we're like, oh, all Democrats are gay, pro-trans around kids. They want women to compete against men in sports.
Yeah.
But then you listen to a normal
like, you
Democrat.
guys hate gays and blacks. We're
Yeah,
like, no, we
like,
don't.
No, not
what
at all.
What are you talking about?
No, not at all. You talk to a normal Democrat, you're like, okay. Like, don't get me wrong, he's done a lot of terrible shit. But Newsom on Sean Ryan's podcast,
I'm scared to watch that because I don't want to watch him, dude. Like, because I know he is an exceptional politician. And I say that in a way where I'm like, this dude, I can't ever forget what this dude did during, you know, not to derail this conversation, but it's like, you know, we had to flee that state due to things that they implemented that where they like came after our kids.
Yeah, I can't forgive him, but you do watch that and you're like, oh fuck,
I know, that's why I don't watch it.
He's kind of human.
I know I'm gonna like him. That's why I don't watch it.
Yeah,
which is like
your hatred goes down. Like you watch him and he's like Sean Ryan's kind of grilling him, and then also Rogan texted Sean Ryan during it.
I saw
and was like, ask him about doing this. Like, listen, I made a lot of mistakes. He goes, I'm not an expert. I thought what I was doing right. Turns out it wasn't. I fucked up, you know? And he's like, but you know, he's a politician. So the way he words it, you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't trust any of them.
Me
no
either.
one, including the right, I don't trust any of them.
That is the best policy is like, you know.
No, they're all scumbags. I mean, and we could talk like also how dope would this be? How much of a fan favorite would Dana if he did this? He goes, all right, and not that they're ever going to agree to this. He goes, we'll bring the best UFC card you've ever seen. The winner of the main event gets to read off the Epstein list.
Oh, bro. Give me that.
I think how many views?
Yeah, it would do 1 billion views.
Yeah, not only are we doing a fight at the White House, but in the press conference after, we're going to release the Epstein list.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Think about that.
Hey, you could charge $500 for that pay-per-view and everybody's paying.
The left wants the list. The right wants the list.
Wants
right? Everyone who's not on it wants the list.
Yeah.
And the left would be like, dude, I'm going to watch the UFC at the White House because after the fights or whatever, after they're going to announce the fucking list. Yeah.
The only people, the people, there's a tiny group of people who don't want it that just happen to be the most powerful people in the world, which is why, you know, we're still not seeing it. And the people, it's like the people who are on it and then the people who have the leverage. Because that's the thing. The second that you announce the names, all the leverage that you've accumulated, you know, by blackmailing all these creeps is gone.
Yeah, and it's part of their fault, part of the Trump's cabinet's fault, because how long have we been told there's a list?
Of course.
From them.
From them.
So if from the very jump, if Trump and his team was like, hey, we looked into it. There's no fucking list. Like, trust me, if there was, we'd release it. But that's not what they said. As soon as we get into power, we're going to release the list, releasing the JFK files. And then Pam Bondi was like, I have the list on my desk.
Yeah.
JD Vance is on Theo going, I'd love to see the list. Yeah. So everyone's talking about this list. And then all of a sudden Trump goes, you guys are still talking about that? There's nothing there. It's like, dude, no. You've told us for how long, how many months now that there's a list?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense. And Pam Bondi, like, everybody's talking about how she's like, oh yeah, the list on my desk. Is like, just go back one step before that. She had a bunch of influencers come to DC, hand them binders that said Epstein Files Phase 1. Hey, if there's a Phase 1, there's obviously a Phase 2. And then they opened it was all the flight logs and stuff. And it was like, everyone's like, we already know all about this. And they're like, don't worry, there's a lot more coming. Oh, we have 10,000 hours of videos of like kids getting assaulted.
And they go, there's nothing to say.
And they're like, never mind. They're like,
how weird is that, man?
Someone had to have stepped in.
It's the only time that the Trump detractors and the pro-Trump people who are making the calls agree on anything.
And
they all got together and went, hold on. We all agree. Yeah. Listen, we hate each other, but we all agree this can't get out, right? And they go, yep, cool. All right, let's go back to hating each other.
Yeah, they're like, Trump's on it, and we're like, well, we don't think so, but we think that guy's on it. So there's only one thing to do: release it all, dude.
But how dope would that be for the UFC to pull that card?
That'd be amazing, dude.
They come out and announce that. It gives them a little bit of leeway where like, all right, next July, it's going to announce.
Yeah. I bet you that Dana and Trump are good enough friends that Dana knows exactly what's going on. 100%. Like, I bet you Dana knows exactly why this is all happening, but he knows what creeps are on the list. I bet I bet you him and Trump are boys like that.
And just the way Trump dealt with it was like just a brief, interview where he's like, what? And someone asked him, he's like, what? You guys still talking about the creep, Jeffrey Epstein? There's nothing there. It's not a big deal. We got to get over it.
Yeah.
If you were just been like, listen, we're looking into it. Once this comes out, man, it's going to be trouble. We're just trying to navigate the waters before this gets released. It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
We will get there. We got to help some people out here. People are like, all right, I'll deal with that. But when he goes, no, you guys when he treats us like we're stupid.
Yeah.
Nah, you guys are still talking about that. It's like, well, you're the reason we're talking about it.
Yeah.
They
thought that because they sent Cash to Joe, they're like, hey, Cash wants to come on the show. Of course he's going to have him on. And then he's sitting and Rogan's like, he's like, wait, so you're telling me that the proof that he killed himself is there's a video that shows, and Cash like, yeah. And Rogan's like, that in the New York Times for the last 3 years, they said that all the cameras were shut down and there were no videos.
And now we know that.
Cash acted like he didn't know that. It's in the New York Times, dude.
He was all, really?
Yeah.
But then also, and you're crazy if you don't think they we're like, hey, Rogan's gonna bring a good chance he brings this up. Here's your rebuttal. Be fucking cool, dude. So he knew what exactly he was doing. And then also we know for a fact now that footage they have was doctored.
I know.
They had experts looked into it and that thing's been doctored.
And as yesterday it came out that there was 3 minutes chopped out of it. 3 minutes. Which, if you ask me what's in that 3 minutes, it's Epstein walking his fucking ass straight out the front door.
Maybe, or someone coming in and fucking killing him.
Yeah.
Either or.
Yeah. I mean, that the thing where I've always thought that he's alive is because the video, they actually put out photographs that were supposedly Epstein's corpse in the hospital as they were wheeling him in, and they got his ears. The ears, it's not him.
Ears are different.
It is not him. There is no question that those photographs are not him.
I just don't get, I know the government can't entertain every conspiracy. It's like, man, that's a big one that the left and the right's not letting go, dude.
Yeah.
Just come out front with it. Just be honest, man.
I think
people don't trust the government already. COVID taught us so much.
Dude. They should pick a few people that are on the list that don't have that much power and just fucking throw them to the wolves. Let the piranhas eat them, dude.
You got to give us something. Give us something. Got to give us an appetizer.
Yeah.
But speaking of drama, now this is where I lean into you because the B team breakup, and this has been a whole thing
with Gordan Ryan and all this.
The B team for those that don't know, the B team's who?
Craig Jones.
Nicky Rod,
Nicky Ryan, who's Gordan Ryan's brother, J Rod, and a bunch of other guys. But studs. But they were all formerly the Danaher Death Squad, right? Yes. The reason that the B team breakup is kind of is an interesting story is because of the J Rod getting kicked off B team 2 months ago, and then all of a sudden now the B team is breaking up. And I was like, okay, I'm sure that's because these guys are like, okay, we're not going to like, it's Nicky Rod's brother. Like you
so like we're not going to kick him off. And then as far as my understanding, Nicky Rod's brother, J-Rod, J-Rod was sending
I can tell you exactly what
doctored pictures of girls from the gym.
He had a folder in his phone, which had the names of girls that were on their team, and it had their pictures from Instagram and then porn clips of girls who looked like them. And so, and the girl he was dating found it.
Okay.
And, she was just,
How old is he?
23.
Of course.
Yeah.
So he's doing guy shit.
Yeah. That honestly, I'm like, if that's it, dude, I'm like, I mean, listen, I can understand.
Is there more to the story or no? Do you think, or is that you think that
I heard that there was more to the story, but I don't know what it is. And
let's say that was all that there is, which not great, but at the end of the day, you're gonna kick him off the team. So I would assume that created a fracture in the team where they're like, hey, there's too much drama, we gotta get rid of him. And then Nicky Rod, his brother's like, hold up,
yeah,
the fuck are you talking about?
And the two guys who made that decision are Craig and Seth, who run B Team. Craig Jones and Seth, who run B Team, and like. Seth's a guy who like organizes everything. From what I've heard,
What's Seth's last name?
I can't remember. Yeah, so he's like the brains behind it that did a lot. Like he organized Craig Jones Invitational and all that stuff. Where like Craig Jones does the marketing and but what's going on with B Team is Seth and Craig are leaving, and then B Team is rebranding. And I'm like, okay, what are the odds that that's unrelated to Nicky Rod's brother getting kicked out of B Team? You know what I mean? I think it's likely. But anyway, him and like Gordan Ryan went ham on those guys. Like,
well, they hate each other.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But Craig just gaslights Gordan, like Craig gaslights Gordan and, I don't know.
Go back, Jim. This is Craig Jones. He was on air recently. He goes, it gets time for a rebrand, boys. You can call yourselves Team Bankrupt starting the first week of August. Oh, wow. And that's Gordan to them. And then Craig responded, CGI 2 is in 52 days from the video release. It is going to be my last ever professional match, and I'm out of here. I've got one competition match left. B Team is done. I will be leaving America after August 31st. I don't know what I'm doing, but you will not see me again.
What do you think the odds of that are, though? Like, we're never going to see him again? Like, what the hell is he going to do? Like, you're just going to disappear forever?
Depends how much money he's made through all this. And then also, he trolls a lot. He's super funny, super creative. So I don't know. Hopefully it's not. I think he's done more for jiu-jitsu in the past 2 years than anybody I know.
I mean,
as far as getting on the mainstream
for sure,
marketing, dude, he's crushing
CJI. So like, because Victor fought at CJI 1, and so like all of us were all there, and man, that was a rough day. But that place was full. Like and it was at the not Thomas and Mack, Thomas and Mack, yeah. And it was full. That place, dude, I've never been in a crowd for a sporting event that was more full. There was nothing but fucking piranhas at that place, dude. Because it's all like the most hardcore guys, jits guys. You were walking around, you're like, fuck, dude, don't get in a fight at this place.
And it was full there?
Yeah, it was full. Like when you got to like the, like
top of the rafters. Yeah. But still.
It was full, dude. And full of killers. Full of killers.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah,
I hung out with Jake Shields a bunch there. He's one of our next topics too. Like,
I know Jake. Jake's great.
I love Jake. Dude.
Yeah, he does some crazy shit, but Jake's great.
Yeah, he's good people.
Moving on to the next topic. So, now is this again? I'm gonna lean on you for this. So Jake awarded this gentleman a black belt, Moneyberg.
Moneyberg.
Is it just Jake? Because Jake's. I mean,
so
to get a black belt from Jake's a big deal.
100%.
Is it just Jake? Like I saw a picture of him and like 5 other black belts. Is it just Jake's thing?
So how it all kind of the sequence of events was like this. Like Moneyberg has he takes a picture with Jake, Teixeira, Frank, and I feel like I'm forgetting someone else. Oh, there you go.
Machida, Frank, and Glover.
Yeah, and he's like...
So all black belts from different guys, though, there.
So that's what I was saying. And so he's holding his black belt, and he's like, I achieved my black belt in 3.5 years. And like, obviously, the whole entire community just descended on it. And they were like, 3.5 years, like, has this guy competed? And because here's the thing. If you know jiu-jitsu, you look at this picture, and you're like, these are all guys from different academies.
Correct.
And they're all wearing his shirt.
Different lineage, different. When I saw this, when someone brought it up, they go, he got his black belt in 3.5 years. I go, wow, faster than BJ Penn. I said, did he win worlds? Do you win CGI? Nope. It hasn't competed. No, I go, oh, it's a fake black belt.
Yeah.
Like there's black belts and then there's black belts.
Yeah.
So I assume, and I'm not mad at Jake. Of
course not.
I don't give a fuck if he's giving this guy black belt, whatever, how much he's paying him. But he paid for the black belt.
Of course.
But even if you're going to pay for it, even if if he was doing privates every day for 3.5 years, you're still not a black belt. No. So just so everyone's aware, and in general, again, for those of you who don't do jiu-jitsu, in general, it takes minimum, if you're a stud, 10 years to get a black belt. If you're a stud.
Without almost any breaks in training.
Yeah, and again, if you're a stud.
Yeah.
This guy, I don't know how old he is. The world's most raw, unfiltered business success coach. Learn how to make money, raise up your career, your business. There you go. So
it's the first I'd ever heard of him.
It's a money play.
Yeah.
But for Jake, all those boys, wearing a shirt, if they're getting paid, do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Now, the only problem is if you continue to do this, and let's say Gary V's like, I want to do jiu-jitsu, and like Gary got his in a year.
Yeah.
Well, then it's like, all right, dude. So then, Jake's legacy can never be tarnished because of his accomplishments. But if you have a black belt from him now, it just tarnishes that.
That's the only thing.
That's all.
No one can throw a rock at his jiu-jitsu pedigree ever, obviously.
No. Any of those guys on there.
Of course.
Frank Mir, you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, dude.
And
here's the clip right here.
Let me see the video. I've never seen him roll. Honestly, I'll watch it. I don't need to see him roll to let you guys know he's not an actual black belt.
No, I know. Just from where his weight is distributed. Just doing the drill.
Yeah, he's high up, his knees.
His hips are light. Like
he has socks on. That's kind of a red flag.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit it play.
So this is what I'm saying. Every single one of his clips that he posted are all him drilling.
His hips are high.
You don't need to have the audio on this guy. But yeah, like every single one of them is him doing a drill with one of these greats. And that's the whole thing is like, this is my take, right? He knows so little about jiu-jitsu that he didn't even realize that posting these clips alone
is giving me a bad look.
Is the biggest indicator that you're a complete outsider. It's like no one would just to put up like you drilling with a superstar. Like obviously they're allowing you to do the technique, which you're not doing correctly anyway. And it's like here. So
again, same different video. He has socks on again, dude.
Yeah.
Gordan Ryan's involved in this?
I mean, he took that money.
Again, boys, get your fucking money,
dude. If he wants to pay you for privates, do the privates all day.
Let's say it's $10,000. Get your. This is no different than Zuckerberg. All that. Lee Zucker.
No, but Zuckerberg trains and spars.
Sure,
and he's a blue belt.
Sure, yeah, he's a blue belt, and even that's getting a little friendly. But
he competes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he competes in tournaments.
Yes, I would assume Zuck probably knows more jiu-jitsu than this guy.
For sure.
And the other thing, if you have to wear his shirt, that's usually a bad sign.
Yeah.
It's a bad sign. It's like Brian Callen. You guys know I love Brian. Brian loves tennis. And Brian was going against a pro. Mm-hmm. And Brian always messes around. He goes, dude, I was going with this fucking pro tennis player. And he's like, dude, if you wanted to, man, you could really make a run at this. And I was like, the pro said that to you? He's like, yeah. I go, damn. And you just like walked up and started playing with this pro. He goes, oh, no, I pay him for privates. I go, oh, buddy, if you're paying the guy, it's not real, dude.
It's not real. It's his job to make you better.
Yeah.
How do you get better if he destroys you at tennis?
Brian did the same thing in boxing. He was working with this legend, and he goes, dude, we're sparring. He goes, man, I think you should take a fight. And I go, hold on, Brian, you jumped in with like the pro team and just started sparring with headgear? And he goes, oh, no, it's a private. And I go, buddy, he's going to lead you on. Mm-hmm. And not that he's a bad guy, he's a businessman, but he's leading you on because he wants more money, dude. That's how, if he just goes, oh, you're the best ever, we're good here, man. You've reached the pinnacle. Mm-hmm. You've reached the peak. Yeah. I don't need any more money. Like he's doing it. They're crumbs, dude.
Yeah.
To build your confidence.
And to make you better.
Yeah.
Like if in jiu-jitsu, if you're at an academy, you're not even doing privates. It's like if you train with guys who are, like on my team, like greatest of all time, like number one in the world. You think those guys are going 100% when I spar against them? They're like, they'll match and I'm not going to win, but they're not going to just fucking pop my head off my neck in 1 second.
Yeah, and I think this guy, this Moneyberg, he doesn't know the jiu-jitsu community too, because like you posting that you got your black belt in whatever is 2.5, 3.5 years, is actually not a flex. It's actually going to do more damage.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you're better off being a vicious blue belt than a complete fraud black belt.
You get more respect.
John Jones is a purple belt.
Yes.
I was talking to Dr. Bo Hightower yesterday, and he's like, hey, John Jones, purple belt, Moneyberg, black belt. I was like, hey, how do you think that fight's going to go, dude?
Yeah, I think he just doesn't know how it goes. He would get way more respect if he was a blue belt and entered a competition and won that.
Exactly.
Like Tom Hardy's not posting, I'm a purple belt. And he doesn't even post when he competes. Like people have to tell you.
Yeah.
Like that's how you should do it, man. Here he has money, but usually the issue is, again, with Zuck, all these guys, is they have so much money. It's like, man, how can I get credibility and be like a guy's guy? Oh, I'll get my black belt. Sure, dude, it's a 10-year journey. He's like, no, it's not. Jake, Gordon, fucking whoever else is there, Glover, Lyoto, Frank Mir, come here, dudes. Just come here. Money.
Exactly.
But for those boys, dude, get your fucking money.
Of course.
Get your money.
The thing is, too, that like the way that it played out, so he posted that, and my take immediately was like, who gave him his black belt, though? Because this is before I knew it was Jake. And everybody was commenting that, and then subsequently, within a couple of days, it was like, then he said that Jake did it, but then also Mike Musameshi came out and was like, you guys don't get it. He's getting privates from all the best guys in the world. Imagine how good you'd be. I'm like, no. Mike, like, that's not correct. Like, it doesn't matter how good they are. Just because he gets a private from Gordan Ryan, you think that makes him able to execute those techniques without the muscle memory or the years of
Mikey
like
knows
drilling
that.
it? Like,
Mikey knows that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think
it's a pay thing. That's all it is. And they're supporting them. It's like, at the end of the day, I don't really give a shit. Guys, get your money. I get it. I trained with the best in the world for 6 years, twice a day, every day. Was not a black belt in 6 years. But again, he might be a better athlete and maybe competed at places we don't know that we're unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then he just decided, instead of posting that footage, he's I'll post myself not knowing how to finish an omoplata or a toe hold.
In black socks.
In black socks.
The socks is the giveaway, fellas.
Yeah, dude.
But whatever. If that's what he's into and as long as he's happy, he's not reading comments and watching this, you're good, dude.
No, he is reading comments. He said he's pulling all of his support from the jiu-jitsu community now. And everyone's all, we didn't even know who you were until you said that you were a black belt. Like, honestly, the people who are really hammering him are like the guy, like black belt, like not super elite famous black belts, but like the black belt guys. And they're like, do you have any idea what people, because what they say is that like it waters down. The reason that jiu-jitsu black belt is such a big deal is because there are no fake black belts. Like everyone has to earn it, over.
Well, so people that start jiu-jitsu, less than 1% earn their black belt. Mm-hmm. So from the moment you start, in order to get a black belt, less than 1% get black.
Yeah.
And I think even brown's like 10% or 5%.
I think it's like 10% of all people who start jiu-jitsu get to blue. 10% of all the blues get to purple. 10% of all purples get to brown. Yeah.
This guy did in 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not going to jump on there and give a mean comment. If you're happy, if those boys are getting paid, do your thing, man.
Yeah.
But now you don't want this to become a recurrent thing, because for Mikey, Gordon, Jake, if you're awarding black belts out because they're paying, well, then that's not going to mean much down the road. That's the only thing.
I don't see
one time, all good.
Yeah.
One time, all good.
Yeah.
One time, hopefully you got paid shit tons of money. All right, fellas, I get it. Get your fucking money.
Yeah.
But if this is a recurrent thing, and now we see all these millionaires and Zuck gets his black belt next and all this shit, and fucking Elon Musk and next Donald Trump, we're like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, I heard Zuck got put out though in a tournament because he wouldn't tap to a guillotine. I'm like, that's gangster, dude.
Gangster.
Yeah. And in one of the fights that I saw, he actually he held on for a really long time in a guillotine and ended up popping his head out, and then he won the fight. And I was like, all right,
good for him.
Yeah.
But you're going to earn respect that way.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand how you can get your black belt and never compete.
That's what everybody's saying. It's like,
but there's gym black belts, which is like some older dude, which is different, where they've been there forever. Maybe they're purple belts and competed, and then they got a little older, started a family, went back to jiu-jitsu, got their brown belt, and then they've been there 20 years, and then technically they are black belts. They're not competition. That's why there's levels to black belts. There's not competition. And then there's the guys who are on the other spectrum where they're competing at white, blue, purple, brown, black. And even that takes them about 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And they're savages and it's all they focus on.
Yep.
Or you can pay and get in 3.5.
Yeah, we got to pay a lot, dude. Yeah. I don't see any money guys like wanting this treatment though. They're like, after they watch this, they're all, gosh, I really want to be the next Moneyberg. He's getting fucking eaten alive.
Yeah, I've never heard him before this.
Me neither.
This ain't what you want.
So maybe that's genius. Maybe that was his goal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of Jake and the
me
boys
too
over there. So do your thing. As long as you boys got paid, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
But really the thing that brought us together is UFC 318 is here.
Let's do it.
Your excitement factor for a Max Dustin trilogy in New Orleans, Dustin's last dance.
I'm very excited for the fight. I wish that I could go. I can't. It's Gabrielle's birthday this weekend, but I always said like Dustin Poirier getting to fight in Louisiana with a belt on the line is probably going to be the most like unbelievable atmosphere to be in.
Crazy.
Ever.
And Lil Wayne walking him out. You know that?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's dope, right?
I tried to talk Gabby into it, dude. I was like, listen, I'm like, look,
yeah, you love going. Yeah, you're like, dude, let's go.
I like going to the ones where I know there's like a real big reason to be there.
Like history.
Yeah. And like this one, okay, after Dustin beat Conor, because
first time or second time?
Well, the first time, but just in general, every time they showed Dustin on the big screen, the place almost collapses under people going nuts. Like he's literally the most popular guy
beloved
in the entire organization when you're actually live there. That's why I'm like, God, in Louisiana, Dustin coming out fighting for the BMF is the last fight. It's going to be unreal. It's going to be fucking unreal. And I love Max. I'm not capable of rooting against Max, but I'm definitely not capable of not rooting for Dustin in this
especially
fight.
His last one, home state. Again, I don't root against either of them. I love both first team all nice.
Yep.
Here's what's going again against Max is no one's ever won a trilogy fight where they're 0-2. Ever in the history of the UFC. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. It's never happened. But
this is different though, only because...
Correct. I was just going to say this is different because if you look at their last few fights, when Max Holloway fought Justin Gaethje, we all remember that crazy knockout, which to me is the best knockout of all time.
Yeah.
That was the last 10 seconds. So we all remember that. But if you watch that fight over, Max is kind of dog walking Justin Gaethje.
Oh,
that fight wasn't close, and he was in and out of the pocket, lighting his ass up until you got that amazing knockout. Justin's beat Dustin, and Dustin's actually a better fight, I think. But again, especially for Dustin's last fight, it's a tough fucking task. I know the history is nobody wins trilogies. This one, to your point, is different. I just think Max, where he's at in his career, has improved so much. And I don't care what happened with Azaelia Banks at 45. Max should have never done 45. For the title, I get all that. Max true call now is at 55. And seeing how good he looked when he prepared for 55 against Justin Gaethje, I'm like, if that Max shows up, it's going to be a tough fight for Dustin.
Yeah. Dustin is...
It's not an easy one for his last dance.
Yeah, I agree. And but that said, like Dustin is better suited to beat Max than Gaethje is because he's way tighter here and he throws much tighter straights, you know, and like because that's why Max is just like he sits on the outside, he's got monkey arms and he was just light him up from so far away. And and honestly, that's actually basically what Dustin was doing to Justin right up until Justin kicked him in the head when he threw the first head kick of his entire career and landed it, you know. But it is. I mean, I think it's going to be a banger. The other thing about the first two is that the first one's at a different weight class, and the second one was that was like chaos, replacement fighters, and then they had to throw Max in kind of at the end.
And Max wasn't really a 55 at the time, didn't have proper time to put on the weight. We see Max at 55 now doing it the right way. You're like, fuck, he's good.
He's good, dude. That was a really close fight too. The second Dustin and Holloway fight. That's one of the best. Oh my God, that fight's unbelievable.
It was just, again, Max couldn't compete with the power. Like Max would land 2, Dustin lands 1. The damage was completely different.
Yeah.
So I think the odd makers have it right. Again, I love both guys. I definitely don't want Dustin to lose in his last fucking fight ever. But I think the odd makers have it right with having Max Holloway a slight favorite.
That's what they have it at? Okay.
Yeah, slight favorite.
Yeah. I agree. I would agree with that.
He's like a minus 105 or some shit. It's like basically even money, but he's slightly favored.
Man, but it's good. It's going to take a lot to get Dustin out of that fight.
He moved up now. So on Monday, he was minus like 110, 105. Now he's a minus 142.
Wait, no, they got, okay. Yeah, minus 142.
Yeah.
Dustin 120.
Plus 120. That makes sense if you're going based off Dustin, or if you're going based off Max's last performance when he was a true 55 against Gaethje.
Yeah.
That's what's happening there.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's a great fight, though.
They got Kopolov a minus 238 over Costa, huh?
I think that's right. Do you?
That seems a little heavy.
It's like, but I guess the odd makers are like, what Paulo Costa are we going to get?
Yeah.
He's fought, I want to say 10 times in 10 years. He base fights once a year. He's not active enough.
Yeah, he really isn't. Let me I don't even remember his last one.
Remember he lost to Robert Whittaker, but he looked good.
Yeah, he looked
good. And then he beat
Jesse.
What's that?
So he lost to Strickland in a split decision, but he didn't look bad. He lost to Whittaker, where you're like, all right, I can see some promise there. And then his fight with Luke Rockhold in Utah was kind of a shit show.
I was there.
That was a shit show.
Yeah.
They're both gassed.
And Luke had his nose broken, and when he got on top, he smeared it all over his face. The crowd went
bananas for it.
Insane at that point. That fight, though, just not to derail the 318, but that fight right there was one of the most epic things I've ever seen ever, because Luke Rockhold has had his whole entire career, people hating on him, booing him, whatever, started that way. And then by the end of the third round, the fucking crowd wanted to carry him out on, I've never seen a crowd flip so hard on a single fighter than Luke Rockhold in that fight right there, dude.
Yeah, that was a weird fight, because I watched it. My takeaway is like, oh, both guys should stop. It's like, oh, they're both, especially in that division, it's like they kind of both should stop. And then, obviously Luke did stop after that, but then Costa went on, and then that Robert Whittaker fight, all right, decision against Whittaker, he looked pretty fucking good. He's taken serious.
Yeah.
He only loses to the very fucking tops of the echelon guys. Like Izzy, he lost to, championship fight. Lost to Vettori, who was perennial top 5 for a long time. Beat Rockhold, which is, whatever there. And then Robert Whittaker, perennial top 3 of all time.
Yep.
And then Sean Strickland, who was a champ.
And you look at that too. It's like going into his Izzy fight, knockout. Then once he starts getting into decisions, he's losing. Like, that guy's got to finish people.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to finish or he loses. Has to finish or he loses.
He doesn't throw enough strikes.
It's a tough fight for him.
It is a tough fight.
Very tough fight for him.
Kopolov is really good at keeping distance and touching you.
Savage.
Yeah, he's good.
And his pressure. So, but again, Paulo Costa, he looks like, even though he's lost his last 2, or he's lost 4 out of his last 5, but especially his last 2, the Luke one, it was whatever, but the Robert Whittaker and Sean Strickland fight, you see glimpses of, okay, yeah, he's fucking good still, man.
He's got, dude, right when he kicks someone in the body, you're like, man.
But the odd makers have it right on there.
Yeah.
Now, when Dana said check out this badass card, stylistically, again, the casuals are like, oh, I don't see the huge names on there. But stylistically and matchup-wise, it's pretty badass.
Yeah,
for BMF card, it's pretty fucking good.
It's good.
Kevin Holland, D-Rod's fantastic.
Fantastic. And
I think Kevin Holland's top 5 at welterweight.
He's minus 500 in this fight.
Kevin Holland is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Go back to the odds again. He's, minus
500, big favorite. Wow.
That's, I agree that I think he is.
I think he's made a tougher fight than minus 500.
Yeah, minus 500.
Punk.
Yeah, he's definitely not.
But I think D-Rod is a slow starter, and Kevin comes out like a fucking banshee, so they're probably taking that into consideration. And then Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. Fun one.
Yeah.
I like Dan Ige in that fight.
Those guys, if you chop their head off, you think they're the same person.
Right?
I guess actually Pitbull's a little bit wider,
but stout, yeah.
Yeah. But that'll be a fun fight for sure.
Card overall is good though.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's hope Dustin wins. I can't even believe I'm saying that, because I love Max so much.
I refuse to root against Max Holloway. I refuse to root
him.
against Dustin. But I think the odds makers, I would slightly favor Max.
Yeah.
Just based off his last performance at 55 when he had time to prepare for it. He looked so fucking good. But again, good luck beating Dustin Poirier in his home state, dude. In his last Raw.
I'm saying.
Daughters in the crowd, wife, good fucking luck.
If Dustin wins, it'll be one of the most iconic moments in the history of the sport, too.
And hopefully, and I guarantee, because Dana set this all up just for Dustin his last hurrah. There's gonna be a sick video package. Everybody's gonna be crying.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
And Max Holloway doesn't give a fuck. Look what he did to Korean Zombie. He's like, "This your last one? Say less."
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, dude.
Hit the shower.
Yeah. I saw like Korean Zombie. I saw him fight against Volkanovski live in Jacksonville, and Jesus, that was a merciless beating.
Dude, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Chin did not like that.
That's my hero.
That's his guy.
Yeah. He's a tough bastard though. There's who's that new Korean guy is a savage, dude.
The light heavyweight? Oh no, he's Chinese.
No, not the one that beat Anthony.
Not the Iron Turtle, right?
I don't know. He
look like a turtle?
he's like comes up under Korean Zombie, like trains with him or whatever.
I know what you're talking about. He's a lighter weight guy, but I forgot his name.
Me too.
Oh yeah, and he says he's doing it for Korean Zombie. He's a fucking beast.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a sav.
Wait, who do you guys have for Vettori versus Allen? I'm super excited for that one.
Vettori versus Allen, man. Gosh.
They had that beef, remember?
Yeah, I love that. That's what made it more exciting in the casino.
Vettori, like
he's been out for a hot second.
He's been out for a hot second, and he's coming off of a huge tragedy in his life too.
Well,
like that his brother died in that fire.
Shit. Oh Jesus!
Terrible story, dude. Like his brother. His brother got it was an apartment fire, and his brother got it was terrible, a terrible story, dude. And he was like, and Vettori, spoke about it. This was probably maybe 5 months ago, and he gave like a really heartfelt kind of response. I'm like, damn. He's put up all these pictures of them growing up together. They were like really close, like really close.
Well, I'm rooting for Vettori, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Brendan Allen, my thing with Brendan Allen, he's so talented. He just makes some bonehead mistakes. Mm-hmm. He just makes certain mistakes. Cyril Gane does the same thing too, where you're watching like, what the fuck are you doing?
I like this matchup though, because both of them are coming off a couple losses and both of them are really good. So it's like one way or the other, one of these two guys is coming out with a victory. It's a good.
It's hard not to root for Vettori.
Yeah, you got to root for Vettori.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
but rest card, it's a solid card, man.
Yeah,
I fly back early Saturday, so I don't miss a freaking thing. I can't wait.
You gonna watch it at your house?
Oh yeah, only place I'll watch it, my man.
Yeah, nice, dude.
Where you going? Buffalo Wild Wings or something?
No, I'll watch it at home. Probably.
Yeah. Some people like Buffalo. Chin watches at Buffalo Wild Wings
sometimes with friends.
Oh, dude. Whenever we're gonna do. I got a big name that wants to do a fight companion with us. I'll tell you after this.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let's figure it out, brother.
Yeah.
Dude, we did it again. War Report 2 in the books, dude. Enjoy UFC 318 this freaking Saturday. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah. It's always fun.
Next, at some point, we're just going to switch the name on them, and it's going to be like the Gay Report.
Yeah.
So we'll just go the exact opposite.
The Dick Report.
The Dick Report.
Yeah. Starring Conor McGregor. Yeah. All right, guys. That's it. Love you.
What's up, guys? I'm giving away the Ultimate Ram TRX with over $50,000 in upgrade. This is one of one. You won't find another TRX on the road, or a truck for that matter, like this truck that I've built. It has over $50,000 in upgrades, and this truck could easily be yours. All you gotta do is go to drivefastallgas.com, pick up some merch, you're automatically entered to win. It's that easy. Good luck.